There we go. Welcome back. I'm very excited because we have our Newark High School Swing Choir with us under the direction of Mrs. Kim Wigglesworth and her accompanist, Mr. Mike Wigglesworth. Our students today will be presenting their fall concert, which is a Broadway series.
It's a grand night, it's a grand night. It's a night for music, it's a night for music and singing and falling in love. It's a grand night. It's a grand night for singing. The moon is flying high, and somewhere a bird who is bound to be heard is throwing his heart at the sky. It's a grand night for singing. The stars are bright above. The earth is aglow, and to add to the show, I think I am falling in love. Falling in love. It's more than the moon. Maybe it's more than the sight of the night in a light too lovely for words. Maybe it's more than the earth, shiny and silvery blue. Maybe the reason I'm feeling this way has something to do with you. It's you. It's a grand night for singing. The moon is flying high, and somewhere a bird who is bound to be heard is throwing his heart at the sky. It's a grand night for singing. The stars are bright above. The earth is aglow, and to add to the show, I think I am falling in love. It's a good night for music and love. It's a grand night. Blue moon, you saw me standing alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own. Blue moon, you just what I was there. Knew I was the one for you. You heard me saying a prayer for someone I really could care for. And then suddenly appeared before me, the only one my arms will ever hold. I heard somebody whisper, please adore me, and when I looked, the moon had turned to gold. Now I'm no longer alone. Now I'm no longer alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own. And then suddenly appeared before me, the only one my arms will ever hold. I heard somebody whisper, please adore me, and when I looked, the moon had turned to gold. Now I'm no longer alone. Now I'm no longer alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own. Oh, a love of my own. Blue moon.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Come on along and listen to the hip hooray and ballyhoo of Broadway, Broadway. The great wide way where stars are made, and dancers dance the night away. Come and meet those happy feet on the avenue. I'm taking you to 42nd Street. Hear the beat of dancing feet. It's the song I love, the melody of 42nd Street. Little nifties from the 50s, innocent and sweet.
Sexy ladies from the 80s who are indiscreet.
They're side by side, they're glorified.
On the avenue,
On the avenue, I'm taking you to 42nd Street. You've got to be a star, a bright and shining star to succeed. Da 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 da. We've got a lot of what it takes to get along. Da 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 da. Let's spend it, blend it, send it, rolling along. Back to old Broadway. Who cares if there's a plot to a play, as long as it has got a lot of days? What do you go for? Go see the show for, tell the truth. Beautiful days. Yes, sir.
if you've been singing a sad and blue song,
Baby, go into your dance. Yes, sir. To spend your dough for.
to sing
Okay, that goes for all those young and cute and beautiful things. Go into your dance. Oh, you've heard the lullaby of old Broadway.
Thank you very much.
Come up from the back here. They come up. Let's give the students another round of applause.
Fall choir concerts Wednesday, the 16th at 7.
You knew I was going to say Ms. Wigglesworth. Would you like to share anything for us? We like our students to get engaged. We've got a lot of programs in the Newark City Schools to engage our students. This is just one of those programs. And I would share with you, Mr. Wigglesworth, let's thank them for giving our kids such a good opportunity. Who was Mrs. Quackenbush sitting by? Do you remember?
I'm right here.
Oh. You blended right with the
did,
students.
I did.
I apologize for being a little late. I'd like to start today with letting you know that we have about 6,400 students in our district. And we love each and every one of our students, and we love their families. And this past week, we lost a young man, a kindergarten student, at Legend Elementary by the name of Jeremiah Nethers. So I'd like to ask you to for a moment of silence and let's keep Jeremiah and his family in our thoughts. Thank you. This is the 34th year of Citizen of the Month, but the very first Citizen of the Month that we have in our new Roosevelt facility. This building, the thought behind this building was to create more professional development space for our staff members, and it's done a lot more than that. So you are in a room that, for the first time in our district, we have all of our middle school teachers in one room, which we did earlier this year. And this is a shared facility with LACA, which provides us with our computer assistance from a fiscal and educational standpoint, and the Licking County ESC. Both of those agencies are on the 3rd floor, but we also share this space in here. And what that did for us as a district is it kept this building. This building was scheduled to be demolished in our school facilities project. And so we're able to keep a building, improve our space, and generate over $100,000 of rental income for the district a year. So let's give the district a hand for that. That's a good work. And I apologize, I should have identified myself. Can you hear me in the back? You're back there. I should have identified myself. I'm Deputy Superintendent of the Newark City Schools, and I am in my 5th year, and I love my job, and I love our students. It's a great place to be, so thank you for allowing me to do that. So, yeah. And one of the things I like about the community is we get a lot of support from our families and our community in terms of State Farm and Park National Banks and the hospital and Dow and all the other businesses within the community. And this today is sponsored by Park National Bank. So I'm going to ask the folks from Park National to please come forward. We have Tim Lehman, the good looking one here on the side over there. And we have John Gard, who's a very smart guy because he's from Ashland, correct?
Got it.
Went to
Go
Ashland
Eagles.
University.
Go Eagles.
And there's 2 Eagles standing side by
That's
side.
right.
So,
Go Eagles.
but anyhow, fellas, we appreciate Park National's support of the school and the community. And so we'd like to share that and give you an opportunity to.
I think John has a few things he'd like to say.
Yeah, thank you very much. Park National and the Newark schools have had a long relationship, and we're very proud to be here. And everyone at the bank certainly wants to congratulate all the students being honored today, and especially their teachers and their principals also. On a personal note, this is such a neat thing for me. I went to Roosevelt. Tim went to Roosevelt. We're both products of the Newark schools. I think we turned out okay. You have to ask our bosses. But there's a lot of good memories for me. And especially for me, my dad was a 41-year employee of the Newark schools. My mom was a longtime substitute teacher. So it's especially meaningful for me to come back. I know I have a couple memories. I still hear Len Feitner's paddle echoing in the halls. And some of you probably wouldn't remember, Len Feitner's a wonderful principal here. And with my dad being an assistant principal at the high school when I was here, I was pretty well scrutinized. So I tried to stay out of trouble, but I was up in 9th grade chorus, which is on the 3rd floor, I think, as I remember. And I got a little out of hand one day, and Mr. Jacoby, our teacher, gave me the heave-ho. He threw me out of class, told me to go to the hall. Well, I'm thinking this is not good. I was a basketball player, and I don't think Coach Walters, he was our 9th grade coach here, Gary Walters was going to look too highly on me being kicked out of chorus. Well, I wasn't in the hall but 2 minutes. Well, another basketball player was with me, got the boot too. So there's 2 of us in the hallway looking at each other, trying to think, what are we going to tell Mr. Feitner if he comes by here? Or if Mr. Walters comes by. Thankfully, the bell rang quickly, and we got to the next class, and nobody knew about it. That's Mr. Feitner and Mr. Walters. So one day I'll always be thankful for the day I got the boot from the chorus. But once again, I want to thank you very much. And there are great things happening in the Newark schools, and everyone at the bank is very proud to be a part of this luncheon.
Tim, do you have anything to
I'd just like to add to John's comment. The paddle cracking was not on me. He was in school
No, I did
well
not.
ahead of me, but anyway. One of the things that I always think about is, you talk about community, and one of the things that, people, when they look at the community, one of the most important pieces of what makes our community so strong and valuable in a lot of ways is our school system. And we have buildings, beautiful buildings, a lot of memories and things like that. But what really makes that up? And it's the students that are in this room that are being recognized for what you've done, and all the other students that we have, and the teachers and the administrators that really make our school system as successful as it is. And it's a very, very important part of the community. So thank you for giving Park National Bank the opportunity to host this, and look forward to doing it in the future.
Well, students would like to present you with a card. Please take that back to Mr. DeLauder and the rest of the folks at Park National. And again, we talk a lot about things that aren't measured on the state report card, and that's teaching our students how to be good community members and good citizens in the community. And I think there's an example of these two fine young men who were educated in Newark, came back, they work in Newark here, and I see them around town and doing a lot of things, not only for school, but for the community. So we thank you for that. Let's give them a hand. Thank you. Okay, before we bring the students up, I think one of the two fine young men talked about all of the students here. And I mentioned earlier, on our census report a few weeks ago, we have a little bit over 6,400 students in the district. A couple years ago, it was about 6,200. And so, we're nosing back up a little bit with our enrollment in the district. And a lot of that is at the lower levels, by the way. And so I want you to look around the room, students and parents, friends. Look around the room. Over 6,400 students in our district. Lori, how many do we have in here today? 28 students. So if you make it in this room, you're a pretty good leader, aren't you? Because it's tough to get in this room, because we have a lot of good leaders, and we have a lot of good kids. And so, students, would you please stand up just for a second at your table? I want you to look around. Look around. We talk every day about being a good leader in our schools. And parents, and grandparents and friends, as you stand or sit and look at these students, and because I'm a parent and I know how this feels, this isn't just getting good grades. This is being a good citizen in our buildings and good leaders and doing the right thing. Let's give these students a good hand. It's pretty impressive. Probably makes you feel good as a mom or a dad. It's good. Yes, sir. We thank you for that too. And before we move any further, I want our students to look to the right and look to the left. Who do you see? Well, not over there. Look around you beside you at the table, because you're in here because of the people sitting beside you. And it's very important. I tell people all the time. And I mention this every time we have a Citizen of the Month. I have 4 children, all of them out of high school, a couple out of college, but I tell them I love them every single time I see them. Every single time I see them. Got my sisters, my brother, my mom. Sometimes they think I'm a little weird, and I am a little weird. Here at church, you were thinking, weren't you? It's a little weird, but I tell them that because I do, and I appreciate being from a family. So students, I want you to give your mom and dad a hug and a kiss today and tell them you love them, please. Let's see, Leslie, you show them how to do it. There you go. That's perfect. Perfect. I think Did everybody participate in that activity? Corrigan back there? Okay, good. High school kids? All right, then I'm gonna tell you, now's the time to ask for what you want for the weekend. Yes, it is. Absolutely is. So we appreciate our students and our families so much, and who you are, and we just appreciate being a part of their growing cycle, and it's fun to watch our students grow, and we're very thankful they come from good families. Because I would tell you, we have 11 buildings, 7 elementaries, 3 middle schools, and a high school. And 6,400 students. I'm not going to stand up here and tell you we don't have a few bumps every now and then. But we have good buildings and good kids and good families. And let's give the Newark City Schools a hand for everybody in here. Thank you for that. Principal and representatives from each building. Would you principals please stand? Go through here. I'll tell you, if you look around, you're going to see a lot of familiar faces because we have very few turnover in our buildings right now, in our administrative team and our principals, because they love what they're doing. It's not because somebody else is knocking on their door trying to say, hey, come join my district. It's because they love their kids, they love their buildings, and they love being a part of this team. And so, as you look around, we have one. Would you like to tell everybody who you are? You're not the principal.
I'm not.
Yes, and you're.
I'm Mrs. Lang, and I teach fourth grade at Carson. I'm representing Mrs. Ferguson.
Okay. And Mrs. Quackenbush is filling in today at Legend for obvious reasons of staff or at a funeral this morning. So Mrs. Quackenbush is filling in there. But we have a great administrative team here, and I appreciate working with these people. Let's give them a hand. Thank you. Now, students, I want you to turn at your table and make sure you tell your principal and your teachers you appreciate them. Please do that. How about a nice little hug?
How about that?
Okay, moving around the room, there's some others I'd like to introduce today that make this our district so special. Now, I'm going to start with a couple of school board members. We have Mr. Tim Carr. Mr. Tim, would you please stand up? Tim Carr was on the board at one time, got off, and then said, "Hey, you got so many exciting things going on. I want to come back on the board." Exactly what I said. Exactly. Exactly. So, I'll tell you, Tim, please stay standing just for a second. Then we have Mr. Dan Bybee. Back here, there, back in that corner. I think that's 2 of our board members. Unfortunately for the Newark City Schools, Mr. Bybee will be stepping off the board at the end of the year. Chose not to. He came on the board and he's been very good for the district, put a lot of effort into it. I'm really happy for Mr. Bybee. He spent 46 years, 45 years at State Farm. And because he did such a good job at State Farm, they moved him around the country a little bit. And the bad part for us is, as he went around the country, some of his kids stayed where he was at. And so he's got grandkids in Texas and Maryland and Illinois and that. So Mr. Bybee's decided he's going to be a grandpa and travel around a little bit that way. And I mention this all the time to, I have friends that call me, what do you think about me running for a school board? And where I'm from and stuff like that. And my first response is, you're crazy to run for a school board. But every district needs good leaders. And if you look around the state of Ohio and you look at board races, there's not a whole lot of people running for school board with the financial crunch and coming from the state and the challenges that you have. We're fortunate here to have members like Tim and Dan. And I want to tell them thank you for serving our students and our community. Let's give them a hand. Thank you. We have our treasurer, Jeff Anderson. Jeff, would you please stand? And I make this point, I always do about Jeff Anderson. Most treasurers stay in their office in school districts and don't get involved and be around kids. This is one of Jeff's favorite days in the district. He'll be at a football game probably tonight. He'll be at golf outings raising money for our kids. And not only has Jeff he's beginning year 6 or coming close to year 6. Not only is our forecast, financial forecast in the black, Jeff, please remain standing. I want to talk about it a little bit. Jeff led us financially. Our district is in the black through 2017, assuming that we pass the renewal. I said renewal in November. We're probably in better shape than 85 to 90% of the districts in the state of Ohio. And Jeff, we appreciate your leadership and your involvement with our kids. Thank you, Jeff. And I'm going to keep swinging around this city, buddy. We've got, back in the back corner back here. Mindy, come out of the corner there for just a second. And Maura, please stand up. Mindy and Maura, both. Mindy is our curriculum director, pre-K 5. Maura would be our curriculum director, 6-12. And Mindy also does all our state and federal grants, and Maura also does 5,000 other things that we asked her to do in there. We kind of restructured the last 4 years and didn't add anything back in that was cut from an administrative standpoint prior to us being in our positions. But these two, we talk about professional development. It is a key to teachers improving their teaching quality to improve our student achievement. And this past year in the district, we received 23 of 24 indicators, the most we ever have, percentage-wise. And you can look on our website and compare ourselves to our 10 most similar districts. And I'm proud to say we blew them off the chart. We have a visit from one of them just coming over to see what we're doing from Hamilton, Ohio on Monday. We're excited about that. We'll also steal from them as they take from us, which is a good thing for us to do. Let's give Mindy and Maura a hand for this. Then Linda, would you please say that? Linda Price, and I would add that Linda has a similar path as Maura and Mindy. They were hired in this district 20-some years ago as a teacher, and they moved up through, and I like that, because that means we're doing our job developing good leaders. Linda is a special ed director and many other things we asked her to do. She's a former principal, and I think, did you work in technology for a while? No?
No.
That's right. Well, we'll get you there.
Variety of things.
We'll get you there. Let's give Linda a hand. Thank you. Where did Dave run off? He always conveniently has to leave. Okay, Barbara, you're next. Okay, Barbara's a graduate of the Newark City Schools. Went away and taught in a district, I call it Sheridan, Northern Local. Yeah, let's forget that. Northern Local. Came back as the principal of the great where's the Hillview Elementary? Right there. Is that a pretty good place? Is it? Okay. Mrs. Quackenbush opened the doors of that when it was brand new, and she was at a few other buildings prior to that. She is now the director of certified personnel, and I always add in many, many other things that she does. Her dad was a fireman here in Newark, and she's a Newark girl, right? Exactly. Let's give Barbara a hand. Thank you, Barbara. Over the doorway over here. She's pointing. She's keeping me on track here. Okay. Gloria Wilson, who works down here. She's worked in about every department here. She's responsible, her and Vicki Howe. No, Vicki, don't turn on the phone. Vicki Howe works over at the high school, the fine arts department, and many other areas. They're responsible to put this on and keep it moving in the right direction. So let's thank them for what you do. And then Gloria pointed over here. Seth Roy, who's our community relations, communications, and I always put a little bit too of technology. He does a little bit of that for us, but many things. We stole him from the Advocate a couple years ago. He's doing a fantastic job. So he's responsible for our websites and Twitter and everything. Anybody follow us on Twitter in here? If you want to follow us on Twitter, Before you leave, Seth will set you up in about five seconds. So, Seth, we thank you for what you do for the district. Let's get Seth in. And then, right, we're getting there. We're getting to the kids. But in the back, where's Linda take off? Those out. Oh, there she is. There, ladies, stand up, please. These are part of our kitchens, and I don't know if you know this or not, but we make all of our meals at the high school, and then we ship them out to the other 10 buildings, which is and we feed over 4,500 students a day, somewhere in that neighborhood, lunch, and we feed about 1,800 students for breakfast. Right back there is who's responsible for it. The neat thing about that in a school district is Linda makes sure we do that without touching our general fund dollars. We're not in the food service business, but most districts have to be supplemented by their general fund to do this. Linda makes sure, and the ladies back there make sure we run efficient, and when's the last time you ever had to touch general fund dollars for our kitchens, Linda? How many years has that been? 36 years. Let's give her a hand. Okay. Lori, did I touch everybody? Sure. Okay. All right, good. Who's going to lead us off today? What building? Okay, we've got the good citizens over at McGuffey. And I need to ask you, and this is a perfect table to start with, because I see these young ladies and they're going to get us started good. Since we do not have a PA yet in here, I need you to come all the way over here, correct? Oh, will this run into your... Oh. We'll move this over here. Where do you want them at? Right here? Okay, we do have a PA, so I want you to come up to the microphone, tell us who you are, tell us who's with you, and we'll go from there. So.
Good afternoon. Is it working? Mindy, is it working?
It goes through the TV.
Just talk normal. And loud. I'm Martha Harmon, principal at McGuffey Elementary, and I'm very, very proud of our good citizens that are here today with us. And the very first one is, I'm good, Dan, is quite an athlete. So, Mr. Fullen, you'll be seeing her up at the high school in years to come, and I think you'll be very proud to get her at the high school. But this is, again, Mackenzie O'Brien, and I'm going to ask Mackenzie to come up, introduce her guest, and tell us something about herself.
My name is Mackenzie, and I'm in 5th grade, and I like basketball. And my mom's name is Casey O'Brien, and my dad's name is Eddie McMillan.
And tell us something about yourself.
I like basketball.
Did you say that Our second good citizen is a 4th grader, and her name is Taylor Donegan, and she has a brother, I believe, Mr. Davis, at your building, and he's quite upset that he was not chosen, and Taylor was. But at this time, I'll ask Taylor to introduce her guest and tell us something about her.
My name is Taylor, and this is my mom and dad, and I really like playing lots of different sports and music.
I failed to mention that You're gonna be superstars on TV. You know that? So you're gonna be on Channel 19. And that's why you're speaking into the microphone. But we also want Mr. Fullen in the back of the room to hear who you are and what you like to do. So stand up and let them know who you are. Mrs. Quackbush?
Thank you. Glad to be back again. As Mr. Ute said, I'm Barbara Quackenbush, Personnel Director, and I'm very honored to be filling in today for Mrs. Cooper. Our first representative from Legend Elementary is Lexus Smith, and she is here with her dad, Damien, mom, Rachel, and I don't have your brother's name. Come on up. Say who you are and what you like.
I'm Lexus, and I like to read and write in school, and my favorite subjects are art and gym, and art is like my favorite though.
Art is your favorite. Very good. Thank you. Good job. Our fourth grade representative from Legend Elementary is Macy Hoplite, and she's here with her parents, Tony and Tara.
Hi, I'm Macy. I'm in 4th grade, and I'm 9 years old, and I like to play volleyball. And this is my mom, Tara Hoplite. That's my dad, Tony Hoplite.
Very good.
And that's all.
Oh, I don't need a microphone, obviously. My name is Peg Dunlap. I'm the very proud principal of Hillview Elementary. I'm a Newark product, and I know both those gentlemen because one went to school with my sister Mary, and Tim, I played ball with his beautiful sister Cheryl. We had lots of many fun times together. So I did not go to Roosevelt, but both my children went to Roosevelt. So I've spent a lot of time as a parent in this building. So I am a product of Ben Franklin because it used to be a middle school. So that kind of tells you how old I am. So yeah. I want to introduce my first wonderful student of the month, and actually at Hillview we're calling them leaders of the month, and it is Janiyah Gravely. She is a great kid, and I'm going to let her introduce her parents and tell us what she likes to do.
Hi, my name is...
Over here, sweetie.
Okay.
She knows she talks loud like Mrs. Dunlap.
Hi, my name's Janiyah Gravely. I have my mom and dad. My dad's name is Brad Gravely, and my mom's name is Crystal Gravely. I love to play softball. I love to do backflips. I like singing, and most importantly, I love my principal, my friends, and my family.
I did not tell her to say that.
No, you're not.
All right. And my 4th grade student is Jordan Cage, and I will let Jordan introduce her parents and tell you a little bit about herself.
Hi, I'm Jordan Cage. I'm in 4th grade, and I like to do math, soccer, and reading. And this is my mom, Heather, and this is my dad, Jared.
Tell us about yourselves. What you like to do. You just did that? Say it again. Say it again.
I like to do math, and reading, and soccer.
All right. Great job. You did really good.
Good afternoon. My name is Linda Neighbors. I am the principal at Johnny Clem, home of the John Clem Pride. I spent 2 years in this building as the John Clem came here, so I'm glad not to be here all the time because we have a wonderful building that we've moved back into, but it's neat to see all the renovations they've done here. Looks a lot different than it did a couple years ago. I would like to introduce my 5th grade representative. This is Kevin Robinson Farrell, and he will introduce his guest.
My name is Kevin Robinson Farrell. This is my mom, Mindy Robinson, and I like to play basketball and other sports. And my favorite subject is math and science.
And I do want to announce our 4th grade representative is Mason Boyd, and he was unable to make it today. Thank you.
My name is Chet Coleman, and I'm the very proud principal of Cherry Valley Elementary. And first of all, I'd like to thank everybody for coming today and honoring these outstanding citizens for not only Cherry Valley, but the Newark City Schools. And Doug talks a lot about being involved. I see there's a football team player back there. But, you know, it takes a whole group of guys to make a team work, right? It takes all of you working together. It's just not one guy, whether it be the running back. And here in Newark, not only from outside, but inside, it takes a family, it takes our administrators, it takes the whole community to raise a child. And that's what we work for and strive for here in the Newark City Schools. And I have 2 outstanding young men from Cherry Valley. First is our 5th grade representative, Mr. John Strawn. He's going to come and tell you a little bit about himself and introduce his guests today.
First of all, my guests are my mom, Debbie, and my dad, Ken. I really enjoy reading in school, and my favorite project out of school is Cub Scouts.
Our next outstanding citizen from Cherry Valley is Mr. Reagan Sands. He'll come forward and introduce himself and his guests.
Hello, I am Reagan Sands. Most people know me as RJ. I like to play baseball, basketball, and I take martial arts. And my guests are my 2 parents, Mr. Sean Sands, my father, and my mother, Mrs. Kathy Sands.
Thank you, Reagan and John.
Hello. As I said earlier, I'm Mrs. Lang. I'm filling in for Mrs. Burles today, who couldn't be here. I'm very pleased. It's my first year teaching in the Newark City Schools, and I'm honored to be part of such a wonderful school district. So, and I'm pleased to be here. I would like to start with my first student of the month, and I have the pleasure of teaching her. She's actually in my class, so I'm glad to be here to present her. She's going to tell you a little bit about herself and who is here with her. This is Elizabeth DeVries.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth. This is my mom and my baby sister. My mom's name is Melissa, and my baby sister's name is Emily. I like to read, and I play the violin.
Okay, and our next student of the month to represent Carson Elementary is Abigail Majors, and she is going to tell you a little bit about herself and who came with her as well.
My name is Abigail Majors, and I bring my mom, Jennifer Bishop, and my grandma, Karen Stewart. And my favorite subject in school is science.
Good afternoon. My name is Dina Cable, and I'm the building principal of Ben Franklin Elementary, and I want to assure all the students that even the grown-ups get nervous to speak today, too. My first representative is our 4th grade student, and this is Haley Frazier. Haley, come on over and tell us a little bit about yourself and who your guests are.
My name's Haley Frazier, and my guests today are my mom, Gina, and my dad, Dustin. I'm part of walking club at my school, and one of my favorite things is reading and math.
And our 5th grade representative is Dynasty Kimball.
Hi, my name is Dynasty, and I have my mom, Jessica, and my stepdad, Gino. And my favorite subject at school is art and music, and my favorite thing at school is the school dances.
Good afternoon. I'm John Davis. Very proud to be principal of Wilson Middle School. This is my 10th year, and certainly want to thank all the parents for the students that you send us. Thanks to Park National Bank for all of your support with us and with the community. We really appreciate that. Our first citizen of the month, our 8th grade student, is Mr. Job Motor.
Well, okay. This is my mom, Penny Motor. This is my dad, Dan Motor. I'd like to thank my parents, Mr. Davis, and Miss Harmon over there. And I'm in National Geographic Society. I think that's it. Thank you.
Wilson's 7th grade citizen of the month is Miss Darian Athey.
Hi, I'm Darian. This is my mom, Karina Athey. This is my dad, Shin Athey. I like to read, and I'm in gymnastics.
Thank you. Our 6th grade citizen of the month is Mr. Ricky Englefield III.
Hi, my name is Ricky Englefield. Here today with me is my mom, Jennifer Englefield, and my dad, Rick Englefield. My favorite subject is science. I'm also involved in basketball and baseball, and I want to be a veterinarian when I grow up. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Diane Henry. I'm the very proud principal of Liberty Middle School. Thank you, Park National, for your continuous support. I'd also like to thank our parents for your support. Your children would not be successful and here today if it weren't for your love and support, and we really appreciate all you do to help us. It's wonderful to see. I said there's a little Liberty reunion back here in the back. We have some of our former Liberty students representing Newark High School today. So they continue to do very, very well. Our students are dressed down today. We wanted to support our Legend family, which is right next to us. So we did a dress down today. I challenged them to get $500, and they came up with $1,024 from Liberty. So citizenship is more than just schools. It's about giving to others. Okay, our 8th grade citizen is Abby Davies.
Hi, my name is Abby Davies, and my mom and my dad are with me. My dad, Jeremy, and my mom, Bernadette, and I play soccer.
And Abby is one of my 2 citizens that came from St. Francis this year. And our other student is Carrie Dietz.
Hi, my name is Carrie. This is my mom, Nancy, and my dad, Brett, and I love to read.
And of course, last but not least at all, we have our 6th grade representative, Kyle Salam.
My name is Kyle Salome. I brought my mom, Rebecca, and my grandma, Nancy, and I play the drums, and I like to play sports.
Hello, I'm Brent Fickus. I'm the representative from Heritage Middle School. I'm the Dean of Students there. Thinking about just this day in general, we only have X amount of these Citizen of the Month days throughout the year, and it's that old saying, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. You guys, all the boys and girls in here, have done an excellent job of doing that. Congratulations to all of you. I've brought 3 with me today. Our 8th grade representative is Michelle Smith.
Hi, my name is Michelle Smith. I go to Heritage, and today I have my dad and my grandma. This is Rick, my dad, and this is Grandma Kay. And I like drawing and go Lions.
Our 7th grade representative is Zane Powers.
I'm Zane. Those who are with me is my mom, Christine, and my grandma, Susan. What I like about Heritage is science and football.
And our 6th grade representative is Amani Akins.
Hello, my name is Amani Akins. I brought my mom and my grandma, and I like this school, and I'm Citizen of the Month because I followed the 10-point value system, and one team, one heartbeat.
Hello, I am Mark Fulham, the principal at the high school. It's kind of a happening week at the high school. It's homecoming. Today we're having homecoming carnival. Tonight we have our big homecoming game against Groveport, and we beat Groveport last year, so hopefully we can beat it this year and get a win from homecoming. And tomorrow night we have the homecoming dance. Last night we had the NOPA spaghetti dinner, great turnout type of thing, so probably over 1,000 people there. And I want to thank Park for their partnership and their sponsorship today. We talked a lot about community, and I want to tell you a story about community. In about September of 2008, which was my first year in the district, Keith Richards came to me and said that he would like to start a graduation committee to look at how we can improve the graduation rate in Newark High School. Obviously, I said, yes, let's do that. So we sat down at the table for the first time in November, and we had 5 people attend the meeting. At the time, the graduation rate was around 68%. Today, fast forward 5 years, the graduation rate is 86%. And when we sit down at that table, we have about 45 community members, community organizations partnering in, looking at ways that we can improve the graduation rate at Newark High School. So that has been a true partnership in this community, which I think deserves recognition everywhere I go. Without a doubt, that just shows you, and it echoes Mr. Coleman's words earlier, that this truly is the idea that it takes a village to raise a child. That it's just not the high school's responsibility to graduate children, kids, young people. It's not the middle school's responsibility. It's not the district's responsibility, but it's all of our responsibilities as parents, administrators, board members, community members, whatever. And it's unbelievable. If you ever have a free Wednesday and you want to see what's happening, and we meet at 6 o'clock, it's on the calendar, or you want to call and ask for a meeting in that month or whatever, it's unbelievable to see the people that come to that table and the type of services that they provide for our children and the students at Newark High School. It's absolutely amazing. It's heartwarming at best. It certainly is, type of thing. All right, our senior representative is Brandon Logan.
This is my mom, Gabi. This is my dad, Darren. And I am involved in National Honor Society, Key Club, and I'm the captain of the swim team.
Our senior representative for CTEC could not be here, and that is Caleb Allen. Our sophomore representative, junior, okay, I got you marked too, that's good. Our junior representative is Hannah King.
Hi, my name is Hannah King. I'm involved in Student Council, National Honor Society, and I'm an active member of my youth group. And this is my mom, Lori King.
Hannah was just inducted in National Honor Society Wednesday night. Our sophomore representative is Vincent Pancini.
Hi, I'm Vinny Pancini. These are my parents, Molly and Dominic. I play football and basketball, and I'm also the president of Sophomore Student Council.
And our freshman representative is Carol Chin.
Hi, I'm Carol Chen, and this is my dad, and I play tennis. That's all.
Okay, one round of applause for all of our students. I have Brandon. Brandon, will you stand up, please? I would tell you that, and Mom and Dad, why don't you stand up beside me? 'Cause this is what I like to see. They get to that senior year. It's not Mom and Dad's first time at student or Citizen of the Month, correct? Correct. They've been here. They have an older child. And I look at Brandon when he comes through, and I think, you know, this is my 5th year in the district, and I remember Brandon when he was younger coming through and watch his maturity and how he's getting ready to leave Newark High School and go out to further his education and do some great things. And so I want our students to look at Brandon. And Brandon, we appreciate your leadership and who you've become. So thank you. Let's thank Brandon for being a great leader. That's what we're going for right there. And then if we could, Tim and John, please stand back up from Park National Bank. And this is the first time since I've been here that I can remember this, unless you two came together before. I just missed it. That we have 2 former Newark High School graduates. And I want our students to look at this because these are good guys. They're not only good employees at Park National Bank, but they're good guys that received a good education here, went out and came back, because that's what Park National Bank hires, good people. And I know Mr. Lauder talks all the time about hiring good people who came from Newark and stuff. And so our students, they were breathing the same air and drinking the same water that you're drinking right now, and made very good out of themselves. And again, please thank the good folks at Park, and we thank you for your sponsorship. Okay, I try to, Mr. Philhauer's blocking that. I try to get students so you can get to that edge where you're talking to Mom and Dad and going out and enjoying a beautiful day today instead of running back to school, right? And he got the head shake on that one. So, again, as you can tell, we're very proud of our students, our families, and we're very proud of the Newark City Schools and what we're doing. We talk a lot about Monday night, we will have our final ribbon cutting. And at 52 years of age and 26 years in education, I hope it's the last time I get scissors out and cut a ribbon on a new building. Because the next time somebody will have to do that around here, you may be the superintendent. You know that? Yeah, you might be. And anyhow, we've completed a 2004 project that was approved by the community this past year, which was
$140 million 11 building project. We're proud to say that we did Jeff, nod your head, 36 million in some, and we were under budget on our 11 buildings, which gave us the opportunity to save Roosevelt and move in here without taking money out of our general fund. And so instead of 11 buildings, we did 12 buildings on that project, which is now, I say complete, Mr. Altfeeder who left would say, that doesn't mean that the heating and air and everything's going to work just perfect where we don't have to go back on that. But, so we built our buildings under budget, and they're good buildings, very good buildings. Our student achievement has never been higher. Mr. Coleman talked about our graduation rate, which for years was in the low 70s, and we're proud to say it's in the mid 80s, and it's climbing. We're not stopping in the mid 80s, we're moving on. And then our fiscal responsibility district. In 2009, we were fortunate enough that the community gave the district some additional operating funds and told the community it'd probably be last about 3 years. We're beyond that, and we're asking for a renewal. We're not asking for more money. And so that's why we're proud of what we're doing here in the district. And so thank you for your support. It's a beautiful day. Should they go back to school today, or we're leaving it up to you? Yeah, well, I don't know. We'll see. So parents, if you have any questions about that, see this gentleman right up here. So again, thanks for coming. We hope you had a good time, and one last round of applause for everybody in the room.